ब्रेक तो बाद साडे दर्शकों का मुड़ तो स्वागत है। रुक करदे हां कुछ होर खास खबरां दा। पंजाब दे विच चौलां दी किस्म PAU 201 नूं लैके परेशान हो रहे पंजाब दे किसान ते शैलर मालकां दी आवाज़ बठिंडा तो मैंबर पार्लियामेंट हरसिमरत कौर बादल ने संसद दे विच बुलंद कीती। हरसिमरत कौर बादल ने अज लोक सभा दे विच बोलदे कहा कि PAU 201 किस्म दा 40 लाख टन चौल गोदामां दे विच पिया सड़ रहा है, पर केंद्र सरकार दे अदारे FCI दे वल्लों इस नूं नहीं चुक्या जा रहा है, जिस कारण किसानां ते शैलर मालकां दे विच बेचैनी वधी जा रही है।
We live in a country which ranks 94 out of 119 countries in the global hunger index, a country where every day 7,000 people die due to hunger and 20 crore people in our country sleep hungry every day. And what is not only shocking but absolutely shameful is that every year in this same country we allow thousands of tons of grain worth crores of rupees to rot and decay due to the sheer negligence and callousness of those very people whose job it is to ensure that this food reaches from the farmer's field to the plate of the poor and hungry. Ma'am, we have heard of food safety standards, we've heard of food adulteration, prevention of adulteration, and a host of other rules and regulations which are supposed to ensure what we are eating is not detrimental to our health or poisonous to our health. But in spite of these, be it synthetic milk, spurious medicines, oxytocin injected fruit and vegetables, and a host of other things are openly available in the market, flouting all norms of safety for the public. But what is sad is that instead of implementing stringent PFA laws and FSSA standards to control and stop this rampant sale of adulterated foods, in the name of maintaining food standards, today this government is working overtime to reject 40 lakh tons worth 4,000 crores of rupees, which would feed 50 lakh hungry people for one full year, to reject this in the name of safety standards. Madam, I would like to point out to you that in Punjab, as of the last 1 year, 40 lakh metric tons of a variety of rice called PAU 201 has been lying out in the open cap storage space, rotting, because the FCI has said that they will not lift this rice because the health ministry has declared that this grain is damaged. Ma'am, I would like to point out to you, PAU 201 is an A-grade quality of rice, which has 11% higher yield than all other varieties, consumes 20% less water, is environment friendly. This rice was duly developed by the Punjab Agriculture University, looking at the increasing demands of the increasing population and shrinking agricultural land. This was duly tested by the ICAR, Indian Council of Agricultural Research, which is the apex scientific research body under the Agricultural Ministry. After due clearance and seeing the benefits of this variety was promoted in Punjab, and 10 lakh metric ton was even lifted in the previous year. Now, madam, last year when there was a drought in our country, and you can imagine in an agrarian state where 3/4 of the farmers are under a debt trap already, when there is no monsoon, what it means to that farmer. Even then, the debt-ridden farmer, but enterprisingly, he pulled out all his resources and put in everything he could afford to save his crop. And in the process of saving his crop, he ensured the food security of this nation in the face of a countrywide drought. But ma'am, look at the irony. That crop of paddy which was saved due to the labor, the toil, the hard work, the money, the sweat invested by the farmer has been allowed to rot and decay for the last 1 year in the name of food safety standards, because the health ministry says that this is 1% more damaged than the acceptable norms, the grain is 1% more broken than the acceptable norms, and that there is a pinpoint black spot on it. Today, 50% of the children in this country are malnourished. 60% of our women are anemic. The black spot in this grain, which is due to higher iron content, which could solve a host of other problems, this variety of rice is being rejected because of its aesthetic appeal. Is this what the law in this country is? Is this what we are promoting? Is this what the health ministry is promoting? I request the ministry to urgently have this rice lifted at the earliest is not poisonous, it is not harmful, and it can save the lives of those lakhs of hungry people who are dying due to hunger even this very minute.
Thank you, sir. Honorable Minister.
ਸੋ ਸੜਦੇ ਅਨਾਜ ਤੇ ਜਵਾਬਦੇਹੀ ਮੰਗੀ ਹਰਸਿਮਰਤ ਕੌਰ ਬਾਦਲ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਪੀਏਯੂ 201 ਚੋਣਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਕੇਂਦਰ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਮੰਗੇ ਗਏ ਜਵਾਬ ਦਾ ਕੇਂਦਰੀ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਗੁਲਾਮ ਨਬੀ ਆਜ਼ਾਦ ਨੇ ਸਪਸ਼ਟੀਕਰਨ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ ਜਦਕਿ ਵਿੱਤ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਪ੍ਰਣਬ ਮੁਖਰਜੀ ਨੇ ਹਰਸਿਮਰਤ ਕੌਰ ਬਾਦਲ ਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਮਾਮਲੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਦਮ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਜਾਣ ਦਾ ਭਰੋਸਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ।
I share the concern of honorable member, but I would also like to make it clear that it is not the food ministry which has got into it. It was between Punjab government and Food Corporation of India. And please. And it was. So it was referred to us, and once anything is referred to us, we have to report faithfully, and then ultimately it is the Food Corporation of India and Agriculture Ministry have to take decision. So this is the basic. It is not that we have something done proactively. We'll coordinate fresh collections of samples from Punjab and expeditiously test the composition of the blackened portion of rice and its variety and its toxicity. So this is what we have been assigned to find out the composition of the blackened portion of the rice and its toxicity.
ਸੋ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਰੁਕ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਹੋਰ ਖਾਸ ਖਬਰਾਂ ਦਾ। ਬਰਨਾਲਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਾੜੇ ਸੀਵਰੇਜ ਪ੍ਰਬੰਧਾਂ ਦੇ ਮਾਮਲੇ ਨੇ ਉਦੋਂ ਦਿਲਚਸਪ ਮੋੜ ਲੈ ਲਿਆ ਜਦੋਂ ਇੰਪਰੂਵਮੈਂਟ ਟਰਸਟ ਤੇ ਨਗਰ ਕੌਂਸਲ ਬਰਨਾਲਾ ਦੇ ਅਧਿਕਾਰੀ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਨੂੰ ਦੋਸ਼ੀ ਠਹਿਰਾਉਂਦੇ ਇਸ ਮਾਮਲੇ ਦੇ ਆਮੋ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਹੋ ਗਈਆਂ। ਦੱਸਦੇ ਕਿ ਬਰਨਾਲਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਵਾਜਾਈ ਦੀ ਸਮੱਸਿਆ, ਗੰਦਗੀ ਤੇ ਫੈਲ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਬਿਮਾਰੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿਰੋਧ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਾਰਡ ਨੰਬਰ 24 ਦੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ
Madam Speaker, with your permission, I wish to make a short statement on important issue of signing the avoidance or amendment to the avoidance of double taxation agreement between India and Switzerland, which the honourable members on the floor of this House have mentioned on several occasions. Yesterday, Republic of India and Swiss Federal Council have signed the protocol which will amend the existing double taxation avoidance agreement between the two countries. The amended double taxation avoidance agreement shall come into operation after it enters into force on completion of internal process by Switzerland. Salient features of the protocol are: Article on exchange of information has been amended to bring it in line with the international standards. Under the current double taxation avoidance agreement between India and Switzerland, India has not been able to obtain banking information from Switzerland. The protocol now seeks to amend the article concerning exchange of information to enable exchange of such information. Information which is foreseeable, relevant to carrying out the provisions of this agreement or to the administration or enforcement of the domestic laws concerning taxes on exchange under DTTA, whereas earlier information which was relevant only for carrying out of provisions of DTTA could be exchanged. Information exchanged is to be used for the tax purposes only. However, the new article also provides for use of information by such other purposes which are allowed under the laws of both states, and the competent authority of the supplying state authorizes such use. There is specific provision to ensure that information will be exchanged even if there is no domestic interest. There is a specific provision for providing banking and ownership information. The new provision will be applicable only for prospective information and not for the past information. At present, the income from international shipping are not covered under the DTTA. This is now sought to be included in the DTTA by providing for residence-based taxation for shipping income from the international traffic. Our earlier treaty used to cover tax-bearing provisions where if the income is exempt in one country, the other country used to provide corresponding relief even if such taxes are not paid due to exemption. However, India no longer supports this method and is moving away from the profit-based exemption. Tax bearing to the extent of 10% of interest income is currently there in the existing DTTA. However, it is sought to be deleted in the article concerning elimination of the double taxation. Article on non-discrimination is sought to be amended to provide the difference in tax rate of resident taxpayer and permanent establishment of non-resident taxpayer should not be more than 10%. Recognized pension fund or scheme is included in the definition of residents to enable them to get benefit of the DTTA. The provision for limitation of benefit is sought to be introduced to prevent misuse of treaty benefits on dividend, interest, royalty, fee or technical services and other income. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you.
In
And now you have the
respect of the
second one.
In respect of the other statement, with your permission, I beg to lay it on the table of the House.
All right. Thank you so much. CSM Krishna. Ji.
Madam.
या नहीं मिलेगी और मिलेगी तो किस सूरत में मिलेगी, कब नहीं मिलेगी, इसके क्या पहलू हैं, संक्षेप में बता सकते हैं क्या?
Please.
Prospective, why it is not retrospective? Because there is always a clamor going on that a large fund, black money has been there. I urge upon the government to ensure that black money is recovered and that black money is invested in the development of the country.
Thank you. No, please don't start a discussion. No, Leader of the House is on his
Madam
leg.
Speaker,
Yes, please.
First of all, I would like to make it quite clear. If we want to have a discussion, then there is no end of it. But on a limited point, I can say, so far the Swiss laws are concerned, they do not give any information in respect of their banking transactions. Swiss bank transaction is so strictly enforced that only once in 1945 the assets of the Nazi leaders who were subjected to Nuremberg trial were revealed by the Swiss bank. Before that and after that, they have not revealed any such information. This will provide us an opportunity to have the relevant bank information for taxation purposes. Secondly, with many other countries which we are having taxations, we are, for instance, as per the German laws, we got some information that we can raise the demand for taxes, but we cannot disclose this information to any authority, including Parliament.